Welcome to EtherLink AI Insights, where we explore the intersection of artificial intelligence, business transformation, and human potential. I'm Alex, and today we're diving into something genuinely unique, an executive retreat that's redefining how leaders learn AI, not in a conference room, but in the Arctic wilderness of Finnish Lapland. Sam, when I first heard about this, I thought it sounded wild. An AI leadership retreat in the middle of nowhere?
Exactly, and that's the whole point. Most people think AI training means sitting in a hotel ballroom with PowerPoint slides, but the data actually backs something radically different. There's a 2024 Deloitte study showing 78% of executives see AI skill gaps as their biggest barrier to digital transformation, yet only 31% have real upskilling programs. The gap is massive, and traditional training clearly isn't closing it.
So why Lapland specifically? I mean, there are nice retreats everywhere. What makes Finnish Lapland the right setting for an AI Vision Quest?
This is where the neuroscience gets interesting. When you're in the Arctic wilderness, especially during the June window when you get 24-hour daylight, your brain literally operates differently. Research from the University of Uulu shows that the midnight sun phenomenon boosts cognitive clarity and creative problem-solving by up to 34%. Your nervous system isn't in that constant fight-or-flight state that offices create. You're actually primed to absorb complex frameworks.
So it's not just nice scenery, it's actually optimizing how the brain learns? That's fascinating. Tell us more about how that works neurologically.
Right. The Boreal Forests, the isolation from digital noise, the sensory reset of pristine lakes and endless horizons, all of that forces your brain to recalibrate perspective. MIT Sloan did a study finding that 89% of executives who attended immersive retreats reported sustained behavior change 6 months later, compared to traditional seminars where the change rate is much lower. Isolation, plus peer cohesion, plus continuous learning creates what neuroscientists call optimal learning conditions.
And the retreat caps at 8 participants, right? That's tiny.
Exactly. That intimacy is intentional. You're not one of 200 people half listening while checking email. It's 8 executives working with a personal AI mentor, going deep on frameworks that actually apply to their organizations. The small cohort compounds everything. You're learning from peers in your space, not generic case studies.
Let's talk about what the actual curriculum looks like. The retreat is 7 days. Walk us through how that unfolds.
Days 1 and 2 are foundational. Most executives understand AI as a feature, like ChatGPT, nice add-on. But this retreat reframes AI as a transformational operating system. Your mentor walks you through AI lead architecture, how AI agents differ from chatbots, why agentic workflows are reshaping enterprise automation, how to calculate ROI for AI adoption in your specific industry. You also get an AI readiness assessment customized to your organization, identifying where workflow automation creates the highest leverage.
So it's not generic. It's tailored to your business?
Completely. The assessment pinpoints where custom AI agents could replace manual processes costing your company 6 figures annually. That alone justifies the investment for most executives. But then, days 3 and 4 get into something really practical. Prompt engineering mastery and what they call the Golden Prompt Stack framework.
Okay, I'm curious about this. Prompt engineering sounds technical, but you're pitching it to executives. How does that work?
Because prompt engineering isn't actually technical, it's strategy. It's systematic, replicable, and it produces high ROI business assets. The Golden Prompt Stack is EtherLink's proprietary framework, a structured library of prompts that, when combined strategically, generate production-ready outputs. Think marketing automation, customer service chatbots, content strategy, decision support. By day 3, participants are building their own prompt stack customized to their vertical. A healthcare executive develops prompts for patient communication. A fintech leader builds prompts for compliance documentation. It's immediately applicable.
So participants leave with an actual asset they can use Monday morning?
Yes. This isn't theoretical. They have working prompt stacks, frameworks for evaluating AI agents, a playbook for their organization, and relationships with other executives solving similar problems. The retreat isn't trying to make you an AI engineer. It's trying to make you a competent AI leader who can evaluate, deploy, and scale AI strategically.
What about the wilderness aspect? I'm assuming you're not just sitting in a hotel conference room the whole time?
No, and that's deliberate. The retreat integrates what they call wilderness-catalyzed breakthroughs. You're not separated from nature, you're using it. Sessions happen in the Boreal Forest setting. Meals and reflection time leverage the landscape. The Taiga School Eco Hotel sits at the convergence of 4 Finnish national parks. It's isolation that resets your mental model while you're absorbing complex ideas. Your brain is operating in optimal conditions, low stress, high clarity, primed for integration.
So the wilderness isn't a distraction from the learning. It's enabling the learning?
Precisely. Most corporate retreats use nature as decoration. This actually uses neuroscience to optimize cognition. The silence, the midnight sun, the sensory environment, it all compounds your ability to absorb and implement strategic frameworks. That's why the data shows sustained behavior change months later, not just post-event energy.
Let's talk about who this is for. This sounds premium, $6,000 per person for 7 days. Who are the ideal participants?
Senior leaders and entrepreneurs who recognize AI as existential to their strategy but haven't built competency yet. C-suite executives, founders, venture-backed leaders, strategy officers, people who need to make AI adoption decisions but feel out of depth. The cohort is intentionally mixed across industries, which is valuable. You're learning frameworks, but also from peers solving different vertical problems. That cross-pollination is powerful.
And the ROI calculation? $6,000 per person doesn't feel cheap, but if you leave with a playbook and frameworks that can drive 6-figure process improvements?
Right. One executive making better AI agent decisions, one organization deploying agentic workflows more strategically. The ROI is typically measured in weeks, not months. Plus, sustained behavior change is the metric MIT Sloan measured. You're not just getting inspired for 2 days, you're implementing differently 6 months later. That's the real value proposition.
So, what's the practical takeaway for listeners? If you're an executive and you're sitting with this AI skill gap, which most are, what should you be thinking about?
First, acknowledge that standard training isn't cutting it. If 78% of executives see AI skill gaps as their biggest barrier, but only 31% have programs addressing it, you're likely in that gap. Second, consider that your learning environment actually matters. Third, prompt engineering and agentic workflows are now strategic competencies, not nice-to-haves. And fourth, if you have the bandwidth and budget, immersive retreat-based learning shows measurable behavior change in ways conferences don't. This isn't luxury tourism. It's a strategic upskilling investment designed to actually work.
For listeners who want to dig deeper into this retreat, explore the AI leadership frameworks, or understand how prompt engineering and AI agents can transform their organization, head over to etherlink.ai and find the full article on the AI Vision Quest Lapland. You'll get all the details on the curriculum, the science behind wilderness-catalyzed learning, and how to apply for the next cohort. Sam, thanks for breaking this down.
Great conversation, Alex. This one's genuinely different, not because it's in an exotic location, but because it actually applies neuroscience to executive learning. If you're serious about AI leadership, it's worth considering.
Thanks for listening to EtherLink AI Insights. We'll be back next week with more conversations at the intersection of AI and human potential. Until then, keep questioning, keep learning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.